What's up, man? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Harris TV Family. It is I am with 713. We're back with another episode. So we're going to talk about a little bit about Joe Biden and the executive orders that he passed. Actually, the first day of him being in office. All right, he signed a couple of weird executive orders that kind of just prove the point of what I've been talking about, and it just kind of proves why are these these paid celebrities like Tom Hanks and Lady Gaga, these Satanists out here, are really just supporting this dude. Let's start with the LGBT executive order of equality. But anyway, let me read this article real quick so I could be precise of what I say. What's going on with this new executive order, which is ridiculous, real ridiculous. Seems like a Twilight Zone episode. Joe Biden's first day began the end of girl sports. All right, so let's see the executive bill. Amid inauguration day talk of shattered glass ceilings. On Wednesday, President Biden delivered a body blow to the rights of women and girls, the executive order on preventing and combating discrimination on the basis of gender identity or sexual orientation. On day one, Mr. Biden placed all girl sports and women's safe spaces in the crosshairs of the administrative state. The order declares that children should be able to learn without worrying about whether they will be denied access to the restrooms, the locker room, or school sports. All persons should be received equal treatment under law, no matter their gender identity or sexual orientation. So basically, guys, what's happening right here in all school sports, I mean, college level, I'm talking about high school level. We're not just talking about little kid sports. I'm talking about men could now invade women's sports and just come on, it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, biologically, guys, being realistically, biologically, men have more testosterone. I mean, it doesn't seem fair. I mean, at this point, the women should be stepping up, all right? Your own sports are going to be invaded by male sports. It's a one-way street because women that are transgender to male, if they want to go play football, y'all going to get trampled on. I mean, there's no way. But if a man wants to go into, let's say, women's football or women's soccer or something like that, could just invade any women's sports and just take over in college level, in high school level. I mean, it just seems a little bit ridiculous to me. But I mean, this executive order goes deeper than that, man. It is basically protecting the rights of anybody's sexual orientation, which includes attractive minor person, because they're really trying to push this peds into this group of the LGBT community to pursue their agenda. But let's hear what these people had to say, and let's just watch this real quick. At the end, y'all could comment on it.
The threat that this bill possesses for women's sports at every level is profound. As described by the nation's leading expert on sports, sex, and biology, Professor Doreen Lamblett-Coleman, she states, there is a significant performance difference between males and females. Testosterone is the primary driver of that difference. There is a wide gap, no overlap, between the male and female testosterone ranges. There is no scientific doubt that testosterone is the reason that men as a group perform better than women in sports.
I can't believe that we're standing here and having a man tell me what kind of protections I need in sports.
Oh, man.
This is fear-mongering. I don't know if my colleagues on the other side of the aisle realize that they've met trans people, but they have. They definitely have. And I've met many. And this motion reflects nothing more than the prejudice of my colleagues.
The evidence is unequivocal that starting in puberty in every sport except sailing, shooting, and riding, there will always be significant numbers of boys and men who would beat the best girls and women in head-to-head competition. Claims to the contrary are simply a denial of science. Those are not my words. Those are the words of female tennis great Martina Navratilova.
State schools and athletic organizations across the country have found for many years that letting LGBTQ student athletes, including girls and women who are transgender, participate in sports does not harm women and girls' sports in any way. As an athlete, athletic success is based on so many factors, like individual ability and strength, and those abilities vary widely for people who aren't even trans. It has nothing to do with whether one's transgender or not.
If H.R. 5 becomes law, our daughters will be asking us, what did you do when moves were made to eliminate women's sports? It's worth considering that question now before it's too late. I urge all my colleagues to join me in protecting Title IX and protecting women's sports and supporting this motion to recommit.
Gentleman's time has expired.
All right, so that was the
competition beat us again.
So that was the debate. Obviously, the bill got passed, but I want you to know, man, this chess move or this little piece of this pawn piece they're pushing on the board is just to get their way, man. I mean, this has nothing to do with actual rights for the LGBT. It's more of a rights for the pedo industry. They're pushing this agenda in a deeper way. All right. What do you think of these TED Talks, man? These same TED Talks that are promoting pedophilia as a sexual orientation.
Pedophilia is an unchangeable sexual orientation, just like, for example, heterosexuality. No one chooses to be a pedophile. No one can cease being one. The difference between pedophilia and other sexual orientations is that living out this sexual orientation will end in a disaster.
This is not a conspiracy theory. They're using this as a stepping stone into eventually normalizing pedophilia, guys. Another weird thing that's going on right here with his what he signed, an executive bill. So on the first day, Joe Biden decided to reinstate the federal assistance for abortions throughout not only the U.S., around the world. It means that all abortion clinics, any abortion clinic, is going to get federal funding from the U.S., not only in the U.S., throughout the world. Not only that, Kamala Harris was also in favor of aborting babies up to the day of the birth, which is disgusting. Now, if y'all don't believe me, man, there's a video that I posted a while back. Now it's on BitChute and on my Patreon page. It's on there, which proves to you guys that Kamala Harris is involved with Planned Parenthood and, her sponsors. She's heavily sponsored. So basically, this new executive bill that Joe Biden is signing is just giving more supply to this juicy chrome. That's what I'm gonna call it, juicy chrome, which is adrenochrome. They're just funding it throughout the world. So they're gonna give leeway, and they're gonna get federal funding to do these acts, man, and just supply these damn fiends out here in Petalwood, that's their new normal, man. That's why everybody's supporting this shit. It's just disgusting. I wish I could show more here on YouTube, because everything that I post here, if it go too far, it's gonna get banned. It's just messed up, guys. All right, so let me try to show you a little bit how they're trying to cover this shit up, guys. Let me see if I can find the Kamala Harris. All right, this is the fact checkers now. This is what they say about Kamala Harris and her founded thing. Social media posts push false claims about Kamala Harris and Planned Parenthood, which is a bunch of BS. If you're short on time, popular Facebook posts claim Kamala Harris tried to put pro-lifers in jail who expose Planned Parenthood selling baby parts. Planned Parenthood denied the accusations. Staffers in the unedited videos discussed covering costs of legal donation of fetal tissues for medical research, which was a lie. A dozen states investigated Planned Parenthood after edited videos released by anti-abortion activists accused it of illegally selling fetal tissue. No criminal findings were ever made for that activity. While Harris was California Attorney General, her agency investigated the anti-abortion activists that were charged with violating state privacy laws after Harris left for the U.S. Senate. So what this means, Kamala Harris let this shit slide. She shoved it under the rug. It just says right here. Remember a few years ago when two undercover journalists exposed that Planned Parenthood was selling aborted baby body parts, a felony, and the California Attorney General prosecuted the journalists and never did nothing against Planned Parenthood? Yeah, that was Kamala Harris. So what Kamala Harris did is actually she pursued and she tried to take down these journalists that uncovered the whole little scheme that Planned Parenthood was doing, and actually they secretly recorded the high people of Planned Parenthood of how they were selling parts. And instead of Kamala Harris actually going after Planned Parenthood, which she was heavily invested in, and they were a huge sponsor to her, she decided to go after these journalists, silence them, and it's just this is the evil people that are now running the country, man. What is going on? This is like a nightmare, bro. What is this shit, man? So now they're having unlimited amounts of of bloodlettings throughout the world, federally funding abortions around the world. Just know they're doing some dark stuff out there, man. Some weird dark stuff, guys, and it's just not good. Yeah, man, so it's just disturbing to me. And there's just a few of executive orders of Joe Biden that have passed in this first day, which just proves the point of what's going on here. I mean, this whole cabal, this disgusting pads, what they're trying to push is just ridiculous to me. But anyway, leave your comments down below. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know if I'm tripping. And yeah, man, so I guess this is it for today's episode. Future episodes coming up. This is IMO with 713. We'll see y'all on the next one. Bam.